And this is how dirtbag Atlantic City is. It looks like the whole city, the primary economy of Atlantic City is drug dealing. You know how you go to San Francisco, you're like, oh, this is a tech town. You come here, you're like, oh, this is Wall Street, this is a money town.
That's
you go
exactly
to Atlantic
right.
City, you go like, you could knock on any door and you'd be like, can I get some drugs?
And they're not going to be good drugs. They're going to be some dusty-ass drugs.
Yes.
Know that. But I got to say, man, my record in Atlantic City is 1-2. The first time I went out there.
You fought in Atlantic City?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't fight in Atlantic City, but I fought my addiction in Atlantic City, and I lost twice. I'm 1-2. The first time I went there, I drank myself to oblivion, and I was hanging out with some lady who had a raspy voice. She was like, "You gonna let me drink your sangria?" And I hung out with her, and she had no bottom teeth. It was just like a wolf, like a bulldog. She had bulldog teeth, but these are, and she was a lot of fun. You know, like she was a lot of fun. I remember she had these big titties, and there was like a vein squiggling on it. And she had a tattoo of a devil, and she was cool. I think her name was Dorothy. And she said, "Yeah, you're gonna share that sangria, Poppy?" And I hung out with her for a good portion of my time out there.
Yo.
Like at least 4 hours in the sun.
So,
And I wasn't supposed to be drinking at that time.
you're probably never supposed to be drinking because you're the type of kid who has one and then one turns into 100, right?
Yeah, so I had a little bit of cocaine left over from the night before I went to Atlantic City in my bus. I took a bump on a Greyhound bus.
Oh, that's
Like it was like the bumpy ass ride taking a bump, and my friend is like this, "Yo, save me something," like peeking over like a prairie dog out of a mound. You know what I'm saying? And it was just that kind of weekend, but it was a fun weekend. That's like sometimes it is matches.
Yeah.
Because I was with good company. So that was 0-1, right? I lost the first because I came back to New York like a piece of shit.
Wait, but is that a loss? That sounds like a win to me. If you
It's a loss because I shouldn't be behaving that way as an adult.
Right.
You know, I mean, you know, maybe it wasn't a loss, but I definitely like.
No, that sounds like a loss. If you're doing a bump on a Greyhound,
Yeah, that's a loss. That's dangerous.
Yo, if I had you on one side and I had Atlantic City on the other, right? And I was the ref, I would hold up Atlantic City's arm. Yeah.
I don't know why I picture you not as a ref.
You'd be disappointed in the decision too. You go, damn, man, I don't know. I had a good time. I hung out with a woman who had a tattoo in the vein down here.
Is it dirtbag that I don't picture you as a ref, but as a car girl? Like, and not even with the Marisa wig, just like that with just a lot of hair. Just fucking holding the 1-0.
Okay, so you're 0-1. What's the other one?
And the other one was bad. And I think I told you a little bit of this story. I'm hanging out with I'm featuring for a magician, right? Out in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Gigs, right?
Hard to get a win when you're featuring for a magician.
Yeah, and I'm still, I'm in the cloud of my bullshit, right? But I still love and respect animals. And this guy has a lot of animals as part of his act.
That's what I like about you. Not to cut you off, but that's what I like about you. You love animals so much that I picture you coming home, blowing lines, lying to your wife, hiding in the bathroom, putting on.
But there's always a fresh bowl of water for the snakes.
There's always a fresh bowl of water. You're always going to come home and make sure you take care of your snakes. Even if you're high out of your mind, you're going to go to the freezer, get out a mouse, and feed whatever his name is. What's the names of the snakes?
Astro, Pluto, Comet, there's a bunch of them. Elvira.
At this point, Sergio has 9 snakes. So most people have a midlife crisis. They get a sports car. Sergio just keeps getting snakes. That was a Freudian slip.
You call me Christopher?
I was about to call you Christopher because we're on the set. Yeah, Sergio just gets another snake.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah, and then the second loss, so I'm hanging out with a magician, and he's like, let's get fucked up. And he got like all these silver rings. He got his hair plastered to the side. He's wearing a fedora, all the bullshit. He throws his doves and rabbits in the backseat of a Subaru, and it's like 90 degrees, and it's like no water. The car dry as a bone. I'm like, yo, you got to give them water. He was like, oh, no, man, they die off, man. I just write it off. Like dirtbag shit.
So the magician's basically saying, like, if his doves die, he just gets another dove. He writes off the dead dove.
Correct.
And right there, that threw you for a loop because you love those doves.
Yeah. But in spite of the way he was going to treat those animals, I went ahead and I searched for drugs with the magician, like all night long. I mean, that's just what drugs do to you, right? So we go, and this guy's doing magic tricks, but fucking up. There's nothing funnier than magic trick. He's a magician, though. He's not this magic guy.
Yeah.
He's a magician, so he's supposed to like not fuck up.
Yeah.
Like a guy from work that's a janitor who does the little finger, pulls the finger out and. you expect him to fuck up next to the mop bucket.
Right.
But the magician, this guy's getting paid.
Right.
Yo, I saw him drink and just fucking up tricks. Like, oh, I see it. I heard girls like saying, I see it. Like, but I'm far away. I'm like 8 feet away and it's blowing up a spot. I see it. That's wrong. I can see your trick.
But he's a low-level magician. I mean, he doesn't have a billboard. He has more of a loose-leaf piece of paper posted on a wall saying he'll be somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
His flyer's on a piece of paper, not even cardboard. The shit is just a piece of paper taped up with a rip in it.
Yeah, the dude is fucking. He's named after a horoscope sign, probably. He's just a dirtbag.
But here's the thing:
blazer with the pads and Velcro collars, that type of shit.
Yeah, and
corduroy collars. My bad.
That's the real magic trick of him is that he does his magic show, and then what the kids don't know is when the magic show's done, he goes and searches for cocaine. Right. That's the real magic right there.
And he gave up on me. Like I just thought, oh, this guy, he's not gonna give up. And it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. We're in the casino floor of Atlantic City. I bump into this big black dude. We make eye contact.
Wait a second. He gave up on you being like on the search.
Like he says, I'm going home.
So wait, you guys searched for cocaine till 8 in the morning?
Pretty much.
That's a lot of hours to search for coke.
And in the mix, he's fucking up magic tricks.
But how do you not find cocaine for 6 hours in Atlantic City?
He was making calls.
Were you guys asking for something else? Were you that fucked up already? No. You were going like, what's it called? Did you guys forget what it was called?
No, he was
where can we get some pizza?
And then I eventually just saw street level.
Let's just be honest, Serge. If our friend Angelo was alive in there, you would have been able to find cocaine in 10 minutes. Rest in peace, Angelo. Yeah, he would have appreciated it.
He would have pulled out a top hat and a rabbit holding coke.
So 8 in the morning, you guys are still searching for coke. You've been searching for coke for hours. Now, how does one search for coke? Does one just walk up to people and go, do you have coke?
He was making phone calls on like a shitty cellar phone, And then I
Did you get mad and go, yo, motherfucker, you're a magician. Make some coke up here. Yeah. Why don't you make some coke up here?
I kept on, he was talking to girls and I was elbowing him like, yo, did anyone call back? He's like, nothing, buddy, nothing. And then he was fucking up a magic trick. And there's nothing worse than like just drinking and waiting for the coke.
Yeah, so 8 a.m. he decides to fold it in by how? How does he fold it in? He says to you, Serge, buddy.
He might have just disappeared. Yeah. Like, he might have did the real.
Very appropriate, very apropos.
Exactly. And then I bump into this guy and he's like, hydro.
Wait a second, so you kept going?
I kept going.
You were like, I'm going to figure it out.
I was just trying to make eye contact with the right person.
Right.
And just, that type of shit. Like, I was cruising.
Yeah. Is that what it's about when you try to find coke? Just, it's all in the eye contact?
Yeah, but I never...
Do you ever accidentally make eye contact with a dude who thinks you're just gay and goes and gives you the... And then you go up...
No, I never buy like that. That's how, I never buy off of some dude in the street like that. Right. It's like the first time.
Right.
Usually I have a connect, but I'm in Atlantic City. And this motherfucker was like, I got weed, coke. And I was like, you got coke? Like my eyes like rolled back like the slot machine. They went, and there were like little snowflakes in my eyes. You know how they got the sevens, but I was snowflakes.
Yeah, jackpot. Yeah,
jackpot. And there was something about him.
Oh, did you pay when you pulled out? Did you pay with like $6 bills that you unfolded?
I went to the bank. I went to like an ATM.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I went to an ATM with him standing behind me. It was like a $10 fee. We did it outside the casino, so now we're like in an alleyway by a dumpster.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's bad. And so he was like, you sure you don't want the weed? And when he said that, it suggested to me that he was like an empathetic. He was showing empathy.
Wait, because you're basically saying...
He's telling me
the coke is
garbage.
It's garbage?
Yeah, because he was like, you sure you don't want the weed? And I was like, nah. I was like, nah, I want the... And it was like it was such a ridiculous bag of coke. It was like a Santa Claus bag, but clear. Like he like pulled it off his shoulder and like put it out, and I dropped the money in the middle of the street. A cop car flew by.
Did he give you his number just in case?
Yes, he gave me his... How
does that work?
Me trying to be street savvy.
Right.
I told him, listen, this is fake. Yo, give me a number. I'm gonna call you right now. And I called him. His phone rang. He said, I got you.
So you didn't do the coke in front of him?
No, we're like in the street.
Right.
I go.
So it was his cell phone number when he called. Yeah. It was him.
And
so that's at that point you're thinking it's legit because he gave me his number.
Yeah, man.
Even though the coke was probably like purple or something, you're still like, yo, I need coke.
And as soon as I hit it, I went. And let me tell you, I hit it like 8 more. And everything, my body was rejecting. I was tearing, my nose was running, and it was like saline solution or something. It was like crush. Yeah, it was super dirtbag.
So you didn't get high at all. You just got hurt.
Yeah, I just got hurt, man.
Did you call him up?
I called him up. He's like, nah. You know, he's just like, nah, can't be. I got you, man. I'm coming back. And they turned his phone off.
And that was it.
Yeah, that was it. So
So you just kept calling straight to voicemail.
Right.
And so did you give up on that eventually? You kept going.
You know,
I just picture you there for a full day going straight to voicemail. You go, he's gonna pick up. I mean, he's on the level. He gave me his number. Just keep pressing. But it just went to voicemail. That was it. And you can't. What, did you leave a message like, "Yo, man"?
Yeah, I think I left a message.
We had previously spoken, and you said that you were gonna make good. This is
I definitely left a message or two, and then I just called it. And that was 0. That's 0-2. That's the second one is like a late round knockout.
Yeah, that one is a knockout. Yeah.
Like, bad.
Yeah,
like you ain't not recover from that one.
Yeah, it almost looked like the fight we watched, where Sanders was fighting good, and then as soon as you sniffed the blow, that's when Canelo broke his eye socket.
Yeah.
But up until that point, there was a lot of hope to that night. You were on the way. That is definitely 0-2. In Atlantic City. I'm raising Atlantic City's arm once again. Now let's hear about the victory. Was it doing shows with Yannis Pappas at the Celebrity Theater?
We had a good time.